Hi class, Amanda Mays here for another Vinyasa yoga practice with all of you today. I'm so excited to be joining you on the mat again. For class today, you'll just need a yoga mat and a water bottle. We'll get started right away today on our backs. So turn around, face the back of your mat. As you do, lower all the way down until your spine reaches the ground. Once you're on your spine, press the soles of your feet to touch. Open your knees out wide for Supta Baddha Konasana. This might feel like a lot in the very beginning of our class, so consider pressing your feet farther away from your torso. This will lessen the stretch through your hips. Or if your hips feel pretty mobile today, you can draw your feet closer towards you. We'll start with a hand to our heart, the other to our belly. Close over your eyes. Right away, just drop into this space, into this present moment, and into your yoga practice. Today's class is all about twisting, making space as we release the old for the new. Some of the older stuff, the ways of learning are great. But some of those things we need to unlearn because they no longer serve us, they're no longer true, or they no longer apply to us. So when we twist to release, we've created some more room for the new stuff. Let's start with some fresh breath. Take a big inhale, fill all the way up. Open mouth, exhale, sigh, release out what you no longer need. Again, big, rich belly breath in. And open mouth, exhale, release. Last time like that, biggest one yet, breathe in. Let go of something and breathe out. Begin to close your legs. You'll shimmy your feet to the wide edges of your mat and drop your knees in towards center for broken bridge pose. Here, release your arms by your sides and begin to cultivate your Ujjayi breathing. Take a slow inhale through your nose. And keep your lips sealed for an Ujjayi breath back out through your nose. Again, slow and steady breath in through your nose. Slow and controlled breath back out through your nose. In your next inhale, extend your legs out long in front of you. Reach your arms up and overhead in a nice full body stretch. As you exhale, roll to your right or left side for supported fetal posture. Use one of your biceps as a pillow. Gather your knees into your chest. Place your other palm to the earth. When you're ready, press yourself up to a tabletop pose, facing the front of your mat, hands and knees, gaze down. From your tabletop pose, extend your right palm up. Reach your right elbow by your right ear. You'll do the same with your opposite leg, so kick your left toes back up and behind you. Really press through that knee and hand that are still on the ground. Kick and reach the elevated limbs in opposite directions. Think about zippering up through your core, so squeeze your belly, tuck it under, and keep your gaze down. Relax your right shoulder back into its socket. Stay with me. Breath in. Exhale for bird dog. Touch your opposite knee towards elbow at the center of your body. Round tuck and curl your chin in towards your chest. Again, re-extend, kick, and reach in opposite directions, nice and long. And exhale, round at center. Last one like that. Breathe in, extend. And exhale, bend. Inhale, plant both hands and feet to the mat, and we'll swap sides. This time, extend your left arm out. Keep your left elbow by your ear. Press through your right palm so that you can elevate your right leg off the mat. Left arm, right leg are elevated. Think about diving your right big toe down and in. And then squeeze your outer hips, your abductors together to create that one long line from your tailbone to the crown of your head. Breathe in, kick and reach. Exhale, round tuck and curl. Make contact between your elbow and knee as you round at your spine. Again, breathe in, re-extend, kick and reach. Exhale, round tuck and curl, make contact. Last one, inhale, reach out. And exhale, bend. Inhale, find a neutral tabletop pose. In your next exhale, tuck your toes, send your hips nice and high for your first downward facing dog of our class here together today. Find some really lucrative movements, the things that just feel like you're kind of oiling up your joints, getting any pops and kinks out, just getting some of the blood flowing here. When you're ready, begin to find some stillness in this downward facing dog. Gaze behind you, make sure your feet are hips width distance on the mat. Everyone come really high on your tippy toes. Bend deep into your knees until your kneecaps drop in line with your ankles. And then as you exhale, press your hips back up and behind you, sort of deepening in your down dog here. Grip into the mat with the L, the forefinger and thumb part of your hands. Take a big breath in. A big breath out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, ragdoll pose at the top of your space. Walk your feet up behind your wrists. Keep your feet hips width distance. Place a generous bend in your knees as you relax your belly towards your thighs. Let your head and neck to hang heavy. You can stay here in stillness or rock and sway. Make sure you're still breathing. Your next inhale, place your right palm, maybe even tent your fingertips on the mat in front of you, and place your left hand to your tailbone. So whatever hand is on your tailbone, that leg is straight. Left hand is on my tailbone, left leg is straight. Bend into your right knee a lot, and then see if you can gaze up towards your left shoulder. Feel a deep stretch here through your left IT band. Take a breath in. And exhale, release forward. We'll swap sides. Left hand to the mat. Right hand to your tailbone means that your right leg is straight. Bend into your left knee and then gaze up into the right if you can. You can shift your weight forward and back to feel the stretch through your right IT band. Take a breath in. And exhale, release back to forward fold. With bent knees as slow as you can, round and rise yourself back up to a seat. Standing rather. Roll your shoulders, once you're at the top, up towards your ears. Relax them back and down your spine. When you're ready, place your hands together at your heart and close over your eyes for Samasthi to He, standing at attention pose. Yogis, I offer you my mantra, my intention for practice here today, which is I twist to create space. Maybe consider some of the old things I'm holding on to let go of for something new. That intention in mind, take a big breath in. A big breath out. Inhale, seal your lips, sealing your intention. Ujjayi, exhale. And flutter your eyes open. Release your palms down by your sides. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Extend your fingertips up and overhead. You can gaze up or gaze out. Just pause and breathe here. Feel really rooted through your feet. You can lift all 10 toes up. Shake the ball mounds of your feet side to side and then grip your toes back down onto the mat. This is known as your Pata Bandha or your foot lock. Make sure your knees are bent slightly. Squeeze your belly and then lift up and out. Draw your pinkies in. Take a breath in. Exhale, standing twist to the right. Reach your right palm back and behind you. Keep your left fingertips out in front of you. So look forward first. Ensure that your body is still squared forward, your knees and your hips, your chest too. And then reach out as you lift up and gaze towards your right fingertips. Ensure your wrists are in line with your shoulders. Take a breath in. And stay like this, breath out. Inhale, rise back to mountain pose, Tadasana, both arms up and over. And exhale, standing twist to the left. Reach your left palm back and behind you. Keep your right fingertips down, out in front of you rather. So everything from the hips down stays squared forward. Everything from the hips up, that's where the twist is activated from. So feel your obliques fire on as you lift, twist, and gaze back at your left thumb. Nice. Inhale back to mountain pose, lift up. Exhale, forward fold, draw your hands towards your heart, hinge from your hips, reach towards the ground in front of you. Breathe in, halfway lift, place your hands to your shin bones and gaze down. Drive the weight towards the tops of your feet so that you can create some more space along the whole back line of your body. Take one breath in. Exhale, high plank pose, meet me in top of a push-up position and just hold here. Breathe in, shift forward slightly. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down until your belly reaches the ground. Once you're here, untuck your toes, place the tops of your feet down, zipper your legs together, and release all of the air from your lungs. Inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana, peel your chest up, draw your gaze down and hover your hands off the ground. Keep the tops of your feet down, but maybe your kneecaps lift as you fire on your quads. Take one more breath in, lift your chest. And then exhale, just slowly lower your hands, your chest, and your chin to the mat. 2 more times like that. Breathe in, lift up, cobra pose, Bhujangasana, hands hover, gaze goes down. This time, see if you can release the muscles of your glutes so that you can activate the muscles of your low back. Breathe in, lift up. And exhale, chin, chest, and hands to the mat. Last time, inhale, cobra pose, Bhujangasana, peel up, pull your elbows back along your sides, and then drop your gaze down. Take one more breath in. And exhale, slowly release. Keep your hands where they are by your sides. Inhale, press yourself up, supported upward facing dog. Pause for a moment. You might need to shift your wrists underneath your shoulders. Think about driving your hips forward, lifting your chest up, and then keeping your gaze at neutral. Take a breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back behind you. In your downward facing dog, take a breath in. A breath out. Let's flow breath and movement. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel towards the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift. Place your hands to your shins. And exhale, forward fold. Release your spine. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, lift all the way up, nice and strong. Exhale, standing twist, reach your right hand behind you, keep your left fingertips out in front of you. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, both arms lift. Exhale, standing twist to the left, reach your left hand behind you, keep your right hand out in front of you. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, back through center. Exhale, forward fold, draw your hands to your heart, hinge from your hips, reach towards the ground. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to shin bones. And exhale, high plank pose. Just step back, plant your palms. Breathe in, shift forward slightly. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down until your belly reaches the ground. Untuck your toes. Inhale, supported, upward facing dog. Press through your palms, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back. One more time through. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, travel to the top of your mat. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana, lift up. Exhale, standing twist, right palm behind you, left wrist drops out in front. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, standing twist, left hand behind you, right hand out in front of you. Inhale, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, forward fold, draw your hands to your heart and hinge from your hips. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to shin bones. Exhale, high plank pose, plant your palms, step back and just pause. Breathe in, shift forward slightly. Exhale, slowly lower all the way down until your belly reaches the ground. Untuck your toes, last one like this. Inhale, supported, upward facing dog. Press through your palms, lift your chest. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send your hips up and back. In your downward facing dog, take one cleansing breath in. One cleansing breath out. Let's move on. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, step or walk towards the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, sit low. Reach up and overhead or straight out in front of you if your shoulders are tight like me. I've got my feet at hips width distance. This feels better in my body, but you can play around with it. See if you can sink your butt a little bit lower and then lift your chest as you lift your gaze. Stay with me, breath in. Exhale, chair twist, reach your right hand back and behind you. Keep your left fingertips out in front of you. Sink lower in your seat. You've got this. Inhale, chair pose, reach forward. Exhale, chair twist, left, reach your left hand behind you. Keep your right fingertips out in front of you. Gaze back. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, reach forward. Exhale, forward fold and release. Breathe in, halfway lift, flat back. And exhale, round, tuck, and curl. Come high on your tippy toes, bend deep into your knees. Find a seat with your glutes on your heels. You can keep your fingertips tented on the mat out in front of you. And tuck your chin in for a nice stretch through your delts and lats. Or if you'd like to work a squeeze or a balance challenge, you can clasp your palms together around your shin bones and give yourself a big hug. Take a breath in, a breath out. Drop your heels, inhale, halfway lift, place your hands to your shins. Exhale, downward facing dog, step both feet back. From your downward facing dog, inhale your right toes high towards the sky. Open up your right hip, you can stack it on top of the left. Take some space into your knee and ankle. Breathe in, re-extend your right leg behind you. Exhale, low lunge, swing your right foot all the way through to the top of your mat. If it doesn't make it, that's okay. You can place your hand to your ankle and just drag your right foot through to the top of your space. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Before you stand up, sometimes it helps me to shorten and widen the stance in my feet, and then stand up, extend your palms up and overhead. Keep your back heel lifted off of the mat. Ensure that all 5 toes capture the mat. Don't let that pinky toe get away with hiding. Place a deep lunge in your front knee. Extend as you reach up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, crescent twist. Reach your right hand back and behind you. Keep your left fingertips up in front of you. Allow your hips to follow the direction of your feet, so your hips may be pointed in different directions. Consider driving your tailbone down as you lift the crown of your head up, and then gaze towards your right thumb. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Square your chest forward, reach your arms up. And exhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Pivot your back foot flat, place it on the ground, and maintain that 90-degree bend in your front knee. If your hips still feel tight, come out of this posture for a moment. Shake some space. You're ready, come back into your warrior 2 pose. Consider this motion of pressing your feet away from one another as if you're going to rip the mat in half. That way you can really squeeze and engage your inner hips. Extend your palms out and gaze over your right fingertips. Breathe in. Stay like this, breathe out. Inhale, reverse warrior, send your right arm high towards the sky and look up at it. Little to no weight in this back hand. Relax your right shoulder back into your socket. Are you still in that deep lunge in your front knee? If not, recommit. Take a breath in. Exhale, high plank pose, top of a push-up position, and hold. Breathe in, shift forward slightly. And exhale, downward facing dog. Just press your hips up and back. Inhale your left toes high towards the sky. Open up your left hip, stack it on top of the right. Shake some space into your knee and ankle. Breathe in, re-extend, kick your left leg back up and behind you. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot through, or if it doesn't make it, place your hand to your ankle and drag it towards the top. Before you rise up, shorten and widen the stance in your feet. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Lift your chest and lift your arms. Sometimes it helps if you place your hands to your hip bones. Get even more stable here. Your back heel is lifted, but maybe a slight bend in this back knee to open up more through your right hip flexor. When you're ready, extend your palms up. Relax your shoulder blades away from your ears. Take a breath in. Exhale, crescent twist. Reach your left palm back and behind you. Keep your right fingertips out in front of you. Think about lifting up first and then twisting as you gaze towards your left thumb. Take a breath in. Stay with it, breath out. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, square forward, reach back up. And exhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Pivot your back foot flat, place it on the ground. Maintain that lunge in your front knee as you reach your arms out. If your hips are talking to you, please listen to them. This is where we hold on to lots of tension, lots of things where we clench, maybe some emotions or old ways of thinking. And so if it feels good to release, Allow the body to do what it needs. When you're ready, we'll meet back into our warrior two pose. Gaze down, ensure your heels are on one line. And maybe point these back toes in slightly. With your front knee, think about bending forward and then out to the left. Reach out, feel your biceps and triceps turn on. Take a breath in. A breath out. Inhale, reverse warrior. Extend your left arm up towards the sky. Maintain the same legs you just had in your warrior two pose. Little to no weight in this backhand. Can you square your chest towards me and then lift 1 inch higher as you gaze up. Breathe in. And exhale, high plank pose, top of a push-up position. Plant your palms, step back and pause. Breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. In your down dog, take a cleansing breath in. And a big breath out. We'll flow breath to movement each side 2 times through. 1 breath, 1 posture to 1 movement. Let's hit it. Inhale, gaze forward. And exhale, travel to the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold, release. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, sit low, reach up or out. Exhale, chair twist, right hand reaches behind you. Inhale, chair pose, both arms forward. Exhale, chair twist, left palm behind you. Inhale, chair pose, both arms forward. Exhale, forward fold, sweet release in your legs. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, round tuck and curl. Find a tiny seat. Place your hands to the ground. Inhale, drop your heels, halfway lift. Place your hands to your shins. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step it back. Inhale, your right toes high towards the sky. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot all the way through. Inhale, crescent lunge. Rise up, reach up. Exhale, crescent twist. Reach your right hand behind you. Inhale, back to crescent lunge. Anjaneyasana, both arms up. Exhale, warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2, open it up. Breathe in, reverse warrior, right arm nice and high. Exhale, high plank pose. Place your hands down, step your toes back. Breathe in, shift forward slightly. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, your left toes high towards the sky. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, lift up. Exhale, crescent twist, left hand towards the back. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, overhead again. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2, open up. Breathe in, reverse warrior, left arm lifts. Exhale, high plank pose and pause. Breathe in, shift forward slightly. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take 1 cleansing breath in. 1 cleansing breath out. 1 more time through. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. You've got this. Stay with me. Exhale, chair twist, right hand behind you. Inhale, chair pose, face forward. Exhale, twist left, reach your left hand back. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold, you did it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, round, tuck, and curl. Take your fingertips to the mat. Come high in your tippy toes. Bend deep into your knees. Drop your heels back down. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, downward facing dog. Walk it back. Inhale, your right toes high towards the sky. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, nice and tall. Exhale, crescent twist, right arm back. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe in, reverse warrior, right arm lifts. Exhale, high plank pose, pause. Breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last side, consider what you can untether yourself from old ways of thinking or being so you can make space to learn something new here. Inhale your left toes high towards the sky. Exhale, low lunge, step through. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana, lift up. Exhale, crescent twist, left palm back. Inhale, crescent lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Breathe in, reverse warrior, left arm lifts. Exhale, high plank pose, pause. Breathe in, shift forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale. Again, breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, breathe out. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, find a seat on your mat, grab some water, towel off, some sweat. How's everyone doing out there? Hopefully pretty good. All right, let's pop into our quick core series. 3 minutes of core, 3 exercises in total. The more we work the front line of our body, the safer, the more stable the back line of our body is. All right, so roll all the way down. Once you're here, plant the sole of your left foot, cross your right leg over your left knee for eagle crunches. Draw your right arm underneath the left run. You can wrap your arms until palms touch, or place your hands to your shoulders if they feel kind of tight today. Keep your gaze on the ceiling. Point your elbows nice and high. Take a big breath in. Open mouth, exhale, crunch and lift. Tap your elbows and knees together at center. Again, breathe in, lower down. Open mouth, exhale, crunch and lift. Inhale, lower. Open mouth, exhale, crunch and lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Keep moving just like this. Open mouth exhales to release the heat we built up in our Sun B flow. See if you can make contact with elbows and knees every time you lift up. When you find the ground, when you open up, feel that arch in your low spine. Everything crunches at the top. Everything opens at the bottom. Just a few more this side for 4 more. You've got to breathe and squeeze for 3. Last 2. And last one, no hesitation. We'll swap sides, plant the sole of your right foot down. Cross your left leg over the right. Draw your left arm underneath the right. Always an option to take that shoulder variation. Take a breath in to prepare. Open mouth, exhale, crunch, lift, eagle crunches on this side. Inhale, lower back down. Open mouth, exhale, crunch and lift. Inhale, lower. And exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, let's keep moving just like this. We're almost through with this exercise. We've got 2 core exercises left and then no more core today. You've got the squeeze and lift, release on the way down, just for 4. We're here for 3. Last 2. And last one, unravel your legs, unravel your arms, and then give yourself a squeeze. Maybe rock from side to side for a nice free back massage here. All right, when you're ready, plant the sole of your right foot down. Kick your left leg nice and high towards the sky. Clasp your palms together behind your head. Elbows go wide. Gaze stays high. Take a breath in to prepare. Open mouth, exhale, crunch and lift up, and then twist. Work your right elbow towards your left knee. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, crunch, lift, twist left. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and twist left. Hitting your side obliques here. We've got to hit both sides. And then we've got 1 core exercise left. We're so close to the end. Lift and twist. Gaze nice and high. Elbows stay wide. Just for 4. Lift and twist. Both shoulder blades off the mat for 3. Just 2. And last one, swap it out. Sole of your left foot down. Kick your right leg nice and high. Hands stay behind your head. Gaze stays up. Breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, crunch, lift, and twist right. Inhale, lower back down. Exhale, lift and twist right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and twist right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Keep moving here. Lift both shoulder blades as high as you can get them off the mat. Twist over to the right side, definitely burning out our core here. We're almost done with this. You're with me for 4. Together for 3. Twist and release. Get rid of that old stuff for 2. And last one, take a well-deserved full body stretch. Legs out long, arms reach up and overhead. Take a big breath in. Then open mouth, exhale. Again, breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, breathe out. Inhale, gather your knees into your chest. Place your palms underneath your kneecaps. And then rock and roll the length of your mat 2, maybe 3 times. On that second or third rock, cross your ankles, plant your palms, then step back. Meet me in a high plank pose, top of a push-up position. This is where we'll hold and stay. 30-second hold here. You've got this. Gaze at your hands, spread all 10 fingertips wide. Press through your palms so that you're not hanging out in your shoulders. Squeeze your belly. Keep your hips elevated in line with your chest. Nice and strong through your legs. We're halfway there. Together we can do this. Breathe with me. Last 8. Just 7. On your knees in 6. 5 more. Stay with it for 4. Shaking is good for 3. Last 2. And last 1. Knees to the mat. Draw your big toes to touch and then head back to a child's pose. Our first and only one of class today. You can take embryo's pose if you'd like. You'll just reach your arms along your sides and place your hands somewhere near your feet. You can rock your forehead from side to side. Just let that feel good as you massage maybe some tension out of your face. And come back to your Ujjayi breathing. Take an inhale through your nose. And exhale through your nose. Again, Ujjayi, breath in. Ujjayi, breath out. You're ready, inhale. Rise back up to a tabletop pose. As you exhale, downward facing dog, send your hips up and back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's move on. Inhale, gaze forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Breathe in, halfway lift. Place your hands to your shins. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana, one of our last times here. Exhale, prayer twist. Draw your hands together at your heart. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Look down first. Likely your left knee has come out past the right, so bring it back in line. Sink your butt lower in line with your kneecaps. Squeeze your belly and then look up towards your right elbow. Breathe in, lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, tiny twist at your low back. One more time, you've got it. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold is your release. Shimmy your feet to hips with distance if they're not already there. Gorilla pose, Padahastasana. Bend into your knees a lot. Step your feet onto your palms so much so that your toes reach your wrists and can wiggle there, giving them a gentle massage from all of our high plank poses today. Bow your elbows out nice and wide towards the sides and then release your head and neck to hang heavy. You can stay here in stillness or maybe rock very gently with control side to side. Find some more release in your upper back, the back of your legs, your hamstrings, and your wrist. One more breath in. One more breath out. On your next inhale, release your hands from underneath your feet. Let's try the other side. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sit low, reach up or out. Exhale, prayer twist. Draw your hands to your heart. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. Squeeze your belly first. Press your palms together and then gaze up towards the left. Inhale, drive the crown of your head forward. Exhale, tiny twist at your back. Last one together. Breathe in. Exhale, forward fold, release. Whew. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to shins. Exhale, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, take one breath in. One breath out. Inhale, your right toes high towards the sky behind you. Exhale, low lunge, swing your right foot all the way through to the top of your mat. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, crescent moon, extend your palms up and overhead. Just take a minute to feel really stable here. Just like on our feet, you can shorten and widen your stance. Stack your right kneecap over your right ankle, your left hip bone over your left kneecap. Squeeze your outer hips, abductors in as you lift up. Feel how that stabilizes you here. Extend your palms up and over. Take one breath in. And as you exhale, half splits. Tighten your fingertips on the mat in front of you. Then begin to straighten your right leg as you crawl your hands back along your leg. Flex your right toes up towards your face. Keep your spine nice and long. As you inhale, think about drawing your chest towards your right big toe. And then as you exhale, fold your belly closer towards your thigh. Again, breathe in, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Last time, inhale. Stay with me for your exhale. Inhale, crawl yourself back to crescent moon. Reach your palms up and overhead. Exhale, revolved crescent moon. Draw your hands together at your heart. Hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee. Perfect. If you're looking for more of a challenge today, you're welcome to tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and elevate your back leg off of the mat. Or another option, friends, if you do have a pillow nearby, I know we're mid-practice, but likely you're all home, very close to a couch. This is great if your back knee is starting to bother you. We are on a little bit of a harder ground at home, so always feel free to pause me and grab what you might need. All right, in our revolved crescent pose, squeeze your belly, work your thumbs towards your heart, point your right elbow up as you gaze at it. Breathe in, lengthen forward. Exhale, twist. Last time, inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge is our sweet release. Place your hands to the inside of your front foot and shimmy your right toes towards the top right corner of your space. Option to keep that foot flat or find the outer edge. Most importantly, ensure your right ankle is out in front of your right knee. This will protect your knee joint. And then breathe. Fire your Ujjayi breath back on if it's drifted off. 3 full rounds of breath here. Your next inhale, shimmy your right foot back in between your hands. Re-engage your back leg for low lunge. Crawl your hands over towards the left side of your space. Point all 10 toes that way. Press up through your hands, halfway lift in your spine. Exhale, fold nice and deep into your Prasarita. Draw your toes in, heels out. Consider lifting your tailbone up to scoot your chest underneath you. Feel a big opening along the whole back line of your body. A deep hamstring stretch here. Use your breath to make some additional space. Your next inhale, place your hands to your hip bones. Inhale, rise all the way to stand star pose. Feel nice and expansive as you reach up and overhead. Exhale, warrior 2 towards the top of your mat. Stay here for 1 breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Place your hands to the mat. Step back and send your hips nice and high. Reset with a breath in. A breath out. Inhale your left toes high towards the sky. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot all the way through. Drop your back knee down. Inhale, crescent moon, reach nice and high. Pause here to find some stability. Crescent moon is a great stretch through the front line of your right hip flexor, as long as your joints are stacked and you feel really stable from the ground up. Squeeze your belly to support your low spine. Try your pinkies in. Breathe in. Exhale, half splits, hands find the mat in front of you. Begin to crawl your hands back as you straighten your left leg. Flex your left toes towards your face. With every inhale, draw your chest towards your left big toes. With every exhale, fold a little bit deeper. Again, breathe in, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, crawl yourself back to crescent moon. Reach your palms up and overhead. And exhale, revolve crescent moon. Draw your hands together at your heart. Hook your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. If you did this on the last side, great, stay just like this. Or if you tucked your back toes and lifted your back knee on the last side, please do that here so that you're even on both sides. For that twist to happen, consider gliding your right rib cage under the left one and then gazing up and to the left. Breathe in, lengthen your head forward, crown of your head. Exhale, twist at your low back. Again, breathe in, lengthen, lift. Exhale, twist. Last time, inhale. And exhale, runner's lunge is your release. Place your hands to the inside of your left foot. Drop your back knee down to the mat if it's not already. Shimmy your left toes to the top left corner of your space. Keep this foot flat or find the outer edge. Right away, acknowledge how different the two sides are. My left side is a lot tighter than the right. So I need to stay up a little bit higher here to be able to maintain this stretch, to have the discipline to stay in this shape. So without forcing it, see if you can unlearn something here and be open to learning something new that your body's just trying to teach you. Inhale, shimmy your left foot back in between your hands. Re-engage your back leg for low lunge. Crawl yourself over towards the right side of your mat. Point all 10 toes that way. Press up through your hands, halfway lift in your spine. And as you exhale, fold deep into your prasarita. An option for a bind on this side, if you'd like, you can clasp your palms together behind you. Work the insides of your hands to touch. And then option to drop your fists towards your head. Your shoulders will tell you right away if that's too much, so please listen to them. And release the grip. Take the variation that you did on the last side, if that feels better. If you found that bind, release your grip. Everyone place your hands to your hips and squeeze your belly. Inhale, rise, meet me at the top, star pose. Reach your arms up and overhead, feel nice, expansive, maybe wave it out. Exhale, warrior two, towards the front of your mat. Take one breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog is where we'll downward facing dog, breathe in. Breathe out. Our last standing set of class, inhale your right leg high towards the sky. Exhale, low lunge, sweep your right foot all the way through. Before you stand up, shorten your stance so that your whole back foot can find the mat. Also widen your stance. Inhale, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Let's play around. Point your back left toes towards the top left corner of your space. Place a really deep lunge in your front kneecap. Perfect. Extend your palms up and overhead and gaze forward. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, clasp your palms together behind you. Again, option to work the insides of your hands to touch. As you breathe in, open up your chest, pull your fist down, and exhale, humble warrior. Hinge from your hips as you swan dive forward. Once you're down here, two options. Option one, allow the bind to fall towards your head. Option two, release your grip and just place your hands to the mat. Wherever you are, drop your head and neck so that you're gazing back. And then square your hips, so drive your left hip forward, pull your right hip back in space. Work to keep your chest lifted in line with your hips. Take a breath in, a breath out. Inhale, rise all the way back to stand. Warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1, release your grip. Exhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2, big step as you open it up. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Reach your right arm forward until you can't anymore. And then tick-tock your arms to 6 and 12 as if your body were a clock. Trying to create a shape of a triangle with your right wrist, your right hip, and your elbow. Although both legs are straight, they're still active, so maybe bend them slightly to ensure you're protecting your knee joints. Open your left hip to stack on top of the right one. Gaze up if that feels okay. Breathe in. And breathe out. Sing carefully, yogis. Inhale, rise back to stand. Legs stay as they are. Arms are nice and wide. And as you exhale, rotate at your hips as if you were the propeller of a helicopter. Let's pause here for a moment. Step your back foot in slightly. Now we've got warrior 1 legs, just like we did before. Take a breath in. Exhale, hinge forward. We'll work into revolved triangle pose from here. Place your left hand to the inside of your front foot, your right hand to your tailbone. This is a perfect place to stay. If you're ready to twist some more, drive your left hip forward, pull your right hip back, and then gaze up and to the right. Another layer, you can extend your right arm up. Final layer, you'll elevate and hover your left hand off of the mat. Revolve triangle pose, Trikonasana, together just for 3, just for 2, and 1. Revolve back forward, low lunge is where we will meet. Breathe in, 3-legged dog. Send your right leg nice and high. Open up your hip. Shake some space. Exhale, downward facing dog. Last side, inhale your left toes high towards the sky. Exhale, low lunge. Step your left foot all the way through. Inhale for warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Before you go anywhere, shorten your stance by about 6 inches. Also widen it so it feels like you're standing on train tracks instead of a tightrope. When you're ready, rise to stand. Point your back right toes towards the top right corner of your space. Press that deep lunge into your front knee. Extend your palms up and overhead. Breathe in. Exhale, clasp your hands together behind you if you can. Inhale, open up through your chest. Exhale, humble warrior. Hinge from your hips and swan dive forward. Option 1, allow your fists to follow your head. Option 2, please release your grip, especially if it feels like you're pulling on your wrists, and just place your hands to the mat. Drive your right hip forward, pull your left hip back as you gaze back and behind you. Then stay lifted through your chest so that your shoulders are in line with your hip bones. Take a breath in. A breath out. Squeeze your belly, inhale, rise all the way back to stand. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. And exhale, warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Open up, take a big step back as you widen your stance. Breathe in, straighten your front leg. Exhale, triangle pose, Trikonasana. Reach your left arm forward and tick-tock. Think about pressing through your feet to find some lift here. That way you're really active in your legs. Pull your right hip back to stack on top of the left one. Same thing with your chest. Right shoulder opens to stack on top of the left. Gaze up if you can. Breathe in. And breathe out. Inhale, rise to stand. Keep your arms out wide, legs just as they are. Then as you exhale, rotate forward as if you were the propellers of a helicopter. Let's fix your feet first. Step that right foot in slightly. Face your right toes forward. And then from here, hinge forward from your hips for our revolved triangle Trikonasana. Right hand to the inside of your front foot. Left hand to your tailbone. With your hand here, you can feel how uneven your hips might feel. Drive your right hip forward, pull your left hip back, then twist, gaze up to the left. To layer on, extend your left arm up. Final fullest expression, elevate so that your right fingertips hover over the mat. Take 1 breath in. Exhale, low lunge is where we'll meet. Both hands to the mat. Step it back. Breathe in, 3-legged dog. Send your left toes nice and high. Exhale, downward facing dog. In your downward facing dog, breathe in. Open mouth, exhale, breathe out. Inhale your right toes high towards the sky. Exhale, half pigeon pose on the right side. Drive your right kneecap behind your wrist and place your shin bone down on the ground. Make that 7 or check mark with your front leg, and then gaze behind you. Place that ankle, knee, and hip all in one line. When you're ready, you can stay like this in an active pigeon, or begin to surrender forward into a sleeping pigeon. Yogis, if this hurts anywhere, please meet me on your spine for supine figure 4. If you're joining me on your spine, press the sole of your left foot down, cross your right ankle over your knee. You can stay like this, or clasp your palms underneath your left thigh and pull your legs in towards your face. Wherever you are, as we slow our class down, can you recommit to your Ujjayi breaths, knowing that they are just as important here as they are when we're moving. Next inhale, come back up to your palms. Just listen to the sound of my voice. Sink your right glute muscle to the mat. And then bend your left knee so much so that the sole of your right foot touches the top of your left thigh. Lift up through your chest first, breathe in. Exhale, crawl yourself over to the right side of your space for deer pose. I'll face you so that you can see what deer pose looks like. Right, and then hinge down. You can rest on your forearms, your chest, your forehead, whatever feels good. Just kind of activating a gentle twist here in our low back and maybe an inner and outer hip stretch. Your next inhale, press yourself back up to your palms. Square your chest forward again, and then just kick your left leg out long in front of you. Press the sole of your right foot to the inside of your left thigh. Breathe in, extend your palms up nice and high. Exhale, join your Shavasana, separate leg, forehead to knee stretch. You can reach your hands towards your foot, your ankle, or your calf muscle. If your leg is straight, keep your spine straight too. If your knee is bent, then you can round at your spine. It's more of a back stretch. Wherever you are, stay there, breathe in. Stay and breathe out. Inhale, rise back up. Place your right hand on the mat behind you. Press through your hand, inhale, lift your hips, reach your left arm up and over. As you exhale, come back to a seat. Meet me in a down dog. You'll need to swing your legs behind you. Downward facing dog. Inhale your left toes high towards the sky. Exhale, half pigeon pose on the left side. Drive your knee behind your wrist. Place your shin bone down. Untuck your back toes. You can center yourself over your hips by placing a palm on either side of you. Maybe lift your chest. Breathe in. Exhale, begin to surrender forward. On this side, see if you can find a spot for your forehead to rest. Maybe that's stacked fists, stacked forearms, or the ground. My supine figure 4 is on the back. We'll swap sides. Plant the sole of your right foot down. And cross your left ankle over your right knee. Stay like this, or clasp your palms underneath your right thigh and pull your legs in towards your face. Whatever posture you choose, breathe some new, fresh oxygen into your tight hips, or maybe your hips feel really mobile, open today from our class. Your next inhale, come back up to your palms. Just sink your left glute down to the mat. Bend your right knee until the right thigh touches the top of your left, or touches your left foot. So right thigh, left foot. Breathe in, lift up nice and tall. And exhale, twist over to the left side for deer pose on the left. You can rest your forearms down. Maybe you just stay on your hands today. Or even rest your whole forehead, your chest to the mat. Next inhale, press yourself back up to your palms. Square your chest forward again. This time swing your right leg out long in front of you. With your right leg out long in front of you, press the sole of your left foot to the inside of your right thigh. Breathe in, extend your palms up. Exhale, draw near Shavasana, separate, stretch forehead to knee. On the right. Reach your hands towards your foot to your ankle or your calf. Keep your spine straight if your leg is, or around your spine if your knee is bent. Breathe in, lengthen. And exhale, fold. Inhale, rise back up to a tall seat. Take your left hand, place it on the mat behind you, fingernails point back. Breathe in, press through your hand, lift your hips up, maybe reach your right arm by your ear. As you exhale, come back down to a seat. This time, kick both legs out long in front of you. Slowly lower all the way down until your spine reaches the ground. Once you're down here, gather your knees into your chest. Give yourself a squeeze. Exhale, easy supine twist to the right. With your legs like this, drop them off to the right side of your space. Stack your hips, your knees, and your ankles. Spread your arms out nice and wide. Close-eyed gaze over to your left side. Inhale, draw your legs back through center. Keep your arms where they are. Feel your spine find neutral. And then exhale, easy supine twist off to the left. Drop your legs to the left side of your mat. Stack your hips, knees, and ankles. Keep your arms out wide. Close-eyed gaze over to the right side. Inhale, draw your knees back towards center. Wrap your forearms around your shin bones. Give yourself a big hug here. Last final squeeze. Breathe in. And exhale, release to sweet Shavasana. Extend your legs out long in front of you. Drape your arms down by your sides. Close over your eyes. Get some last minute wiggles and shakes out. Find a really comfortable position. And then allow yourself to just enjoy 2 moments of rest. Coming to your Shavasana with no expectations. Letting go of any past experiences in Shavasana. And letting go of what comes after this. Being open to discovering something new, different. Or maybe nothing at all here. Making space for exactly what is. movies that officially marks all of our time here together today. I'll leave you just like this to be mindful of your time. And as you prepare yourself to step off of this space and into the rest of your days, consider and continue to question some of your habits, the old knowledge that you know, keep what works, and then make space for some other things as you let go of what's no longer serving you. Keep your heart and your mind open. You always come back to this space with the mindset of a new student, knowing that there's an endless amount of knowledge to learn here. Take care of yourselves and take care of each other. Namaste.